Hello, I'm Danny G. Welcome to Capital One City Parks Foundation's SummerStage Anywhere. We have a great show for you this evening featuring the founder of VP Records, Miss Pat, in conversation with Catalina Maria Johnson, and a 40th anniversary show reel from 2019 with performance highlights at our Central Park venue from Junior Reid, Raging Fyah, Elephant Man, and Estelle. This month, Miss Pat is releasing her much-anticipated memoir, Miss Pat, My Reggae Music Journey. You can order a copy at the VMP Foundation's website, www.vmpfoundation.org. VP Records is our longtime partner, and on their behalf, we'd like to thank all the VP artists and their fans. SummerStage is New York's largest free outdoor performing arts festival. In our typical season in person, we bring more than 200 renowned artists and rising stars from around the world to neighborhood parks across all 5 boroughs, reflecting the true diverse cultures of New York. While we wait until we can gather safely in parks again, we're thrilled to continue to produce digital dance and music performances on SummerStage Anywhere. Join us weekly as we offer our stages to voices from around the city and across the globe. Tag your social posts, #SummerStage Anywhere to add your voice to the conversation. As an independent nonprofit organization, we rely on our donors to help us make SummerStage possible. Please support our work by donating anything you can at summerstageanywhere.org. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoy this evening's show with Miss Pat and VP Records.
My name is Catalina Maria Johnson, and I'm thrilled to host this conversation tonight for Capital One City Parks Foundation SummerStage Anywhere. SummerStage is New York's largest free outdoor performing arts festival and has been a major platform for presenting renowned and emerging artists in the U.S. for over 35 years. VP Records has hosted 2 outstanding total crowd capacity outside live concerts at SummerStage in Central Park to celebrate the label's 35th and 40th anniversary in 2014 and 2019. So after the conversation tonight, stay tuned for an exclusive video with highlights from VP Records' 40th anniversary concert at SummerStage featuring Elephant Man, Junior Reid, Estelle, Raging Fyah, and so many more. And it is such a privilege to be able to be the host of this conversation with a woman who is truly an icon, instrumental in reggae's very birth, Miss Pat, who has supported singers and musicians, gave them a space to create, play, help distribute their music far and wide, every essential part of the music business for 6 decades. So starting with her husband, Randy, in 1958, they founded Randy's record store and label in downtown Kingston, Jamaica. In the 60s, they opened up a recording studio upstairs called Studio 17. And then that became a Jamaican story from Kingston, Jamaica to Jamaica, Queens in 1979 and the founding of VP Records. Just about every major dancehall reggae artist, and I can't list the name, it would take up the entire interview, but check out both the active and the legacy artists of VP Records roster. You'll be amazed. Now, the creation of this now family, I would say empire in the best of those words, are found in Miss Pat, A Reggae Music Journey. And that's really a delightful read with beautiful photographs. I really enjoyed learning more about Miss Pat's life, and I think everyone here will too. So, Miss Pat, welcome, and it's such a privilege. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Catalina. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon and to really tell people about my 60 years journey in the music business. So I feel very privileged and very happy to be with you this afternoon. And I look forward for more SummerStage events coming up soon.
Wonderful. So, those 60 years started off, amazingly enough, with marbles and rubber bands. And I found that fascinating, the story of how your father worked at a haberdashery. So, you had access to some very unique items, and you had also a need for some lunch money. So, you decided to sell marbles and rubber bands at that time. And I think back and I think, what a remarkable entrepreneurial spirit, such business savvy, and now really the hallmark of a very legendary career. So here we are in Women's History Month. So what advice would you give to young girls and women who might be considering the entrepreneurial path? Tell us about some lessons you learned along the way.
Well, I was about 12 when I started selling rubber bands and marbles in school. We came from a very poor family, so that was a way to get money for my lunch money. So I thought my dad used to work as a haberdashery, as you said, and we could get big boxes of rubber band and marbles at a good price. So I decided this was just like the best toys for the kids 70 years ago. It's having like a cell phone today. What is the rubber band? Rubber bands and marbles, if I could check back. So I started selling them, and I see how happy my friends were receiving the marbles. They come in different sizes and different colors, and they use them for playing, swap out with each other, change different colors with each other. It was a very glorious time because, as I said, in Jamaica we didn't have toys, so that was a big toy for them, rubber band and marbles.
Wow.
And I think that's where, when I look back, I went in the music business because it had the same feeling. When my husband went to change the records in the jukebox and the clubs, all the people were so happy. There was joy in their face because they know they were going to get new records. There was no other form of entertainment but the jukeboxes, because my mother
Wow.
really did not play reggae music at that time. We were just about starting to own our own music. So it was all R&B and the records that came from abroad. Sam Cooke, Percy Sledge, Reid, the Drifters, way back when. So I see the joy in their face. It's as if when a boxer goes in the ring, that excitement and that feeling of seeing a boxer, it reminds me of that. Or when an artist going on stage, that real feeling of anxiety and happiness and looking forward. So I'm really glad I chose music because music is really the hallmark of bringing people together, bringing joy to their lives. Whether you're sad, you're happy, you sing, and you love music.
Wow.
Music is really unite people together and
So
bring them
find,
joy and happiness.
right. So find the things that are special and bring people joy and share it with them. Give it to
Yes.
them.
I think
Yeah.
that's the main thing why I think I love the music so much, because like the marbles and the rubber band, music brings joy and happiness and get you out of a funk if you're really feeling a little down. You hear a good music, the beat just make you want to dance. So
Wow.
I would say, find something that you love and you enjoy doing, and it brings people happiness. And then you will be doing something that getting paid for your career because it's something that you love.
Well, it's interesting because along the way also, you learned a lot of really valuable lessons that have helped you do so well as a woman in a man-dominated industry. And you've had some beautiful examples. The book shared, and I was delighted to learn about your mom and your Aunt Edith and your Aunt Edna, who at the time worked with the NAACP in New York. Like, that's just kind of amazing. So you had these. You in the book you inherited a rebellious streak from your mom. So you had these wonderful examples of women. So tell us a little bit more about how they shaped the work that you've done in your life.
Yes. Well, my mom, she's Chinese, and my dad is an Indian, East Indian. So when my mom and dad got together, her dad rejected her because she married outside of her culture. So my mother was like an outsider. So we grew up not knowing our Chinese side until when I was 12 years old. I mean, there was prejudice 100 years ago, even back home in Jamaica, because they wanted my mom to marry in her own culture. So my mom stayed with my dad until they both passed away. So it was a beautiful union for them. And my mom, after a time, she did so well in the Indian community that she was one of the best cook. Indian, Chinese, but cook Indian's food. So then my Aunt Edith, she was a fighter herself. Her dad and her mom died from she was young, so she was grown up very tough with my dad. So she worked at the cemetery cleaning up the leaves and things from the graves. She did such a great job, so they gave her a promotion to be head. I don't know what you would call it, and there's head foreman is maybe a head woman. So she really broke that barrier too, because she went and be a manager for all the other workers to see that they do their work properly and time. And then my Aunt Edna, which was one of my latest and best. My aunt is still alive. She's now 86. She's 94 years old. So she broke the cycle of the Chinese shop. Because back then, 100 years ago, the girls were not being educated because they wanted them to work in the store and get married early. But my aunt decided, no, I didn't want to work in the store. So she took secretarial courses and she became a secretary. And when she came to America over 70 years ago, she married out of her culture also. Wow. She married her lover, which is a Black American, and he was in the school career. He was a school teacher. So she involved herself in the NAACP and was able to give back and be the secretary, do all the letters, the collections. So she did a lot of social work. And she really encouraged me that I should do anything I feel like I want to do. We can do it. You know, we don't have to say woman's job is different from man, because when I started in Jamaica, I didn't realize that I was doing a man's job. You know, it was just a work. So I continued to do the same when I came here.
Wow.
So I just feel like whatever you like to do, it doesn't matter. You just have to work hard being a woman and have to learn the music. You have to work double hard. In any job you do as a woman, I think you have to work double hard to achieve.
Extra hard.
Yes.
And then, so you've really have, and your family has such an experience of really dealing and navigating with different cultures and succeeding anyway, regardless. And you also then at some point made a decision to bring your family to the United States. So you also did that transfer and came to this culture and not only adapted, but accomplished even more, fulfilled your dreams on an even more major level. I mean, I've heard you pretty much brought reggae to the United States. I mean, it became what we know it today, thanks to you. So tell us a little bit more about that. What advice or kind of lessons did you learn coming to the United States for people that are also, for many different reasons, economic, cultural conflict in their lands, seeking a better life here?
Yeah, yes. When I came to America in 1977, my husband and my two boys came before I did. I had to stay back until when my papers
Wow.
was processed. So I ran the studio in Jamaica and the store, and all alone. My husband was in America. But when I came, I find it just so hard. I have to learn the language, the culture, the money. Everything was different because back home we knew everyone. Jamaica is just a small island that we know everybody. Everybody knows everybody. And I was already 20 years in my business. So when I came here, I had to start all over again. It was very difficult, having my children, sending them to school, find out where to live and where not to live and where to put up shop. And, but I think I just put one foot in front of the other. We work hard. We reach out for friends and relatives. And then we had to be humble because remember, 20 years before that, I was established in Jamaica. And then I come to Jamaica, Queens, and I started 20 years backward. I started again in a small record store, 8 by 10 space. And it's like I'm going backward 20 years, selling a couple of 45 records. I went to Brooklyn with my van 3, 4 times. But when I came back, you had to go back again because the customer wants some more 45. So we did that.
Wow.
We did that for many years before we got established. And telemarketing was, we didn't know our customer. We had to do telemarketing. So we had to know, we had to do all the record. We had to write down all the orders with our hand. We have to know the name of the record, who sings the record, everything about the record, because I just felt like we have to please the customer. Whatever they want, we try to get it for them. Wow. And it was a very hard transition, but we survived with hard work, making a lot of friends, just trying to learn the culture and trying to learn their way of life. Sometime when I just came, I didn't know if I should go east or west to go home. We didn't understand a lot of things, but we have good people around us that help us. And here we are after 40 years. When we went to register the business, we never thought about a name. So when we just wanted to know that we have to do the right thing, we have to register the business. So when the gentleman asked me, so what's the name of the business? My husband and myself look on each other. Oh, you know what? The easiest thing, put it Vincent, that's V, and P is for Pat. So we put them together. That's how the name V&P Records came about.
Yeah. I mean, that's everything. So much of your life seems charmed, like how, but then I hear you, and it just was really a lot of really hard work all along the way, just like you said, but always one step in front of another and always looking for the opportunity to bring people joy. So that's, and through the music, how special it. So VP Records, and I didn't want to list any artists for fear of leaving out anybody, but the roster is just kind of mind-blowing. Between the active artists and the legacy artists, it's just like a who's who, reggae, dancehall, and just a very special roster. So for us music lovers, and in particular for reggae or dancehall lovers, I don't know if you have a favorite story, a favorite anecdote about a specific artist along the way, anyone in particular, just share a side of someone.
I have so many, but I'll give you one that blew my mind away. Nanny Honest was one of the producers from over 60 years. He told us a story when he was doing Dennis Brown, Cassandra. Dennis Brown was very ill in the hospital with pneumonia, but he wanted to record this song so badly. So he took him from the hospital one night, drive him about an hour away, come to the studio, and I'll have him recording Cassandra and take him back to the hospital. So when they want something to be done, they're very passionate about it. And then there's so much incident. For example, when Bunny Leah producers was doing Wet Dreams, nobody wanted to
Mm-hmm.
record that song
Wow.
because the name was so suggestive. But Max Romeo said, I'll try it. I'll try it. And his record became a hit in England for 10 weeks on the chart. So it just shows you, you never can tell the next hit. So he was very happy that he did try. And, and he was very happy also. But going back to the being a female in the what they call it a man's domineering job. I've known Lady Saw when she was just being signed, and she also was a person that I really admire. She was brave to go on stage and dance. But when you know her when she's not in her dancing mood, she's just so beautiful, such beautiful. And most of the artists, I would say 99 three-quarter of them, they're different personality from when they are on stage. And through the
Mm.
years, my 60 years, I find that all of them are such beautiful people. On stage they're a different person, but when they're off stage and you get to know them very well, they're so beautiful. I mean, as
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
we're like big family. After doing it for 60 years, we know producers, artists, singer, musicians, DJs, radio DJs. We have a big crowd
Right,
of people around
right.
us.
Well, it's interesting because that's the other thing that's really lovely in the book is to hear the quotes from artists who, are iconic, that everyone knows the names, and hear them, the love and the admiration and respect that they have for you shines in the quotes and in their comments and in the stories. So there's a lot to be learned there too about respecting the respecting everyone and everyone's perspective and culture and not not your whole family, and it seems like really did not follow the boundaries and the borders that society and everyone else wants to put on everybody, not just women. So what a model for us
Thank
all.
you. I
Yeah.
should give you another. I think
Okay.
what guided us all these years is that we try to help 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 others to be the best they can,
Mm.
and never look down on another person. Be honest in what you do. Work hard and have good people around you. I was just talking to Mr. Seaga, which is the ex-Prime Minister of Jamaica, and I said to him, Mr. Seaga, did you remember me 60 years ago when I used to come to your factory? He owned the West Indian record
Mm.
at that
Yeah.
time before he went into politics. He
Mm.
said, how can I forget you? You're the only woman used to come and buy one each record. We used to buy one of everything because we couldn't afford more than one. One Persisled, one Dream Reeves, one Sam Cooke, one Manhattans. Everything was in ones. And then we go to another store that was selling record players and turntables and so on. So we bought one needle, one brush, one record player, and when we sold that, we buy one more. People remember me from way back when, Charlie Organier said he bought his harmonica from me when he was only 15. He just look in the window,
Wow.
and many people and artists told me, they used to pop in the store for lunchtime and after school just to listen to the music. So
Wow.
it's been a labor of love, and I just love to see when the artist does well for themselves. It gives me joy as much as them to see, I help them. We all help each other, and they do good. I feel so proud of them. And I think that's what keeps us going, because it's our culture, and when they do good and when, we feel happy too for them.
I and now VP Records, Vincent and Patricia's Records, really. VP
Yes.
Records has celebrated uh, 2 anniversaries at Central Park Summer Stage, 35 and 40. Wow.
Yes.
So, share some impressions from these concerts and the kind of the importance of that for the music, for the artists, and for VP Records.
Well, we were so happy and blessed when we got the opportunity to be in the park, Central Park. So when we have the first concert of 35th anniversary, I did we did set up like a reggae installation where I was displaying all the different elements of the music from Jimmy Cliff come right up, and it was really a big joy to see people reading all the different facts and things, and to see people just enjoying themselves. It was such a nice way. Even in the rain, in the first 30, 50, it was rained. And you could
Wow,
see people
wow.
with their umbrella just having a good time. It was such a diverse crowd. And it just makes you so feeling so happy to see, people can really go out and enjoy themselves regardless of who you are. And it was such a beautiful event, one that we'll never forget. And then the last one, the 40th anniversary, the same thing. We had quite a few people on stage, and the crowd was just wild. And it was such an enjoyable time to see people who'd come out, listen to music, and have a different mode when they're going home, a
Mm,
different feeling of joy and happiness. So that's what I really like to see people have a good time. And thank
yeah.
God it was safe. No incident. Nobody got lost. And it was very nice. It was very nice. When you come out of the park, you have a different feeling. The
Right.
music will give you joy inside. When you associate with the artist or a song that you heard years ago, and you sing the artist performing that song, it's extra joy.
Right. Well, music is medicine for sure.
Yes, it is, and it
And
brings people together, and,
it
and
brings,
it's such a beautiful way of, on a whole, I would say we are blessed with music back home because we
mm,
sing for everything. When we're sad, we sing. When we're joyous, we sing. When we're down, we sing. When we go to a funeral, we sing. When we're washing, when we're cooking, we sing. So I think singing, we have been blessed with singing, and we're happy that singing and music brings joy to people.
right. And we're blessed that you saw that marbles and rubber bands were one way, but music that
Another way,
was another way. And
right?
so, knowing what you do now, you're now the legendary
I don't know what that means.
Miss Pat. So, no, as the legendary Miss Pat, or at least from this perspective, at this point in time, what would you like to tell Dorothy Patricia Williams, who was just starting out and had decided that marbles and rubber bands brought joy and they would also bring her a little lunch money? Oh,
Yes. Well, I would say that my life for the last 60 years has been a joy and happiness. I'm sorry my husband is not here with me, but
mm,
I have my grandchildren and my children in the business, and a big community of people who love the music. And I wouldn't have done any other way. I would just say that, we always have to give back and pay forward and help
mm,
others to grow and develop the best they can. Never shun another one. Try to lift them up rather than putting them down. And I live by the token is that do for others that you like others do for you. And just keep paying forward and encourage people to the best they can. And if I would do it all over again, I would do the same thing all over again. Just work hard, love what you do, and do it well. The rest will follow.
wow. Well, thank you. Words for now and words forever. Um, it's been a pleasure to really hear your perspective and what a privilege to have this time with you, Miss Pat. Thank you so much for your words, and thank you for bringing so many people so much joy. And glad that it'll still happen. It's still continuing.
Yes, and I hope it will continue. As
Yeah.
I said, music will change the way you play it, but it will never die. Music is forever. And I just want to give a shout out to you, Catalina, and
Thanks.
to your team and SummerStage. Thank you to all my fans, reggae fans all over the world, and artists, the producers, the singers, and who also make this music such a powerful tool that all can enjoy. And we look forward to SummerStage next year.
Right. And as I want to thank everybody who's joined us for this very, very special conversation with Miss Pat tonight. And right after this, also a reminder, there'll be an exclusive video. Stay tuned. VP Records 40th anniversary concert at SummerStage in Central Park. So thank you. And don't forget to tune in. There's more digital content. SummerStage anywhere.org. And thank you again, Miss Pat. And
thank you very much for this opportunity. Blessings and love, and be safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. People ready for some reggae music? What? Seek the truth from the root. You got to know before you teach the youth. Who is a higher man? The importance of prayer, man. We all could be better someday if we only prepare for the things we pray. You got to believe it before you receive it. Are you feeling? So again, we're Raging Fyah from Kingston, Jamaica. It's a pleasure to be here with you all. Yeah, we wanna say oh gosh. Oh yeah. Down by the riverside, let's go for a ride. I'll take you to the mountainside, yeah. Baby, give me a hand, lady, and I will take the lead. We can talk about the birds and the trees, yeah. I like to give you a squeeze. Ooh, la, 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 la. I love the way you smile. Ooh, la, la, la. I need you in my room tonight. Raga, raga, see, hey, ain't no home from money. Steam chalice in our palm, straight ragamuffin thing. Hey, straight ragamuffin thing. What a then, what a then. Ain't no home from money. Oh yeah, steam chalice in our palm, straight ragamuffin thing. Hey, straight ragamuffin thing. What a then, what a then.
Give yourself a round of applause, man. No go on good for the singing here. Yeah. Alright, so what you are going on now?
SummerStage, welcome to the Estelle experience.
Let's go. Who's happening in New York? Hey. Let's have some fun. You ready? Let's go. If I was to tell you just how much I need you, would you come? You ain't singing, I can't hear you. Would you not believe me? Cause I love that easy never turns out right. Hi. I'm trying to change the rules. You deserve something good in your life. Yeah. We waited want your blessings tonight. Baby, sing. Won't you come over now? Sing out. So I can. Louder than that. Let's get out. Come on. Is this that I'm. Oh my God, yeah. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Yeah. Is this love? Is this love? Love, is this love that I'm feeling? All right. Can I come in there and party with you a little bit? Now look, if I come in there and party with you, will you party? Will your vibes up? Will you loosen up? Yeah? Will you? Let's test this whole theory. Run that. Here's a little story. Says 2 steps up, come on. And it go like this. Hi. Yeah, right? Watch out how you call me. I'm not your bitch. And I was just in the crowd with a whole drink, having a time. If you from New York, you from the islands, from everywhere, I want to see you with your one flag in the air. I want to see you having a time, all right? We're going to have some times, all ready? All right? I'll wake you up right now.
New York City, if you're loving the vibes, let me hear you make some noise.
Let's go. Looks like you need a love like ours. You need some happiness still. Looks like you need a love like ours. Yeah. It looks like you need a love like ours. Sit down, hey. Oh, she said taking off shoes. Let's go, babe. Come on. Are you ready? You ready? You first. You first. Let's get it. Come on. Hey, where we go? Hey. Special. Hey. I was like, thank you. You go. Hey. Get us this. Hey. Don't bother with that. You ain't have to go through. Come take it with you. You can be mine. I still miss Obama. I love you so much, New York. I'll see you soon.
If you love reggae music, help me to welcome on stage Mr. Junior One Blood Reid. Junior Reid. Check it out. And this song I'm going to sing for you, this one titled Blue Light, Red Light. Okay, so get used to it. Mad City. Oh, yeah. Blue light, red light. It's a face. Another cover. It's another cover. Oh, you got to know. When you're in danger, ain't just no stranger. No, these streets is on the fire. Yeah. No, what's no place is high. The big city from on the side. Yeah. You gonna let me take my joy and happiness. Knock out your way, dark. This is why we are. This is why we are. You know what I'm hot? I'm hot because I'm sooner read a pulling up and mash it up again. Sooner read a pulling up and mash it up again. Sooner read a pulling up and mash it up again. Stanley boy. Sooner read a pulling up and mash it up again. Sooner read a pulling up and mash it up again. Sooner read a pulling up and mash it up again. Don't do it. Stanley boy.
Beast mode, I'm the shit. I got Junior with me. Godfather, know they watching, tell him come and get me. Got
out them sticks, that's a mop. I can wipe you quickly. Scammers with me, cashing checks. Niggas pushing Bentleys. Trap booming, fiends love me cause my shit is pure. I'm on the block, I set up shop, open like a store. Put your bitches straight designer, only rock a tour. And look, I'm trying to fuck Jody, yeah, that bitch couture. And I gotta get it, I get a bag and I gotta flip it. My niggas, they with it. Got Rex in the bag, got niggas up. My shooters, they with it. I show you the. Hey, my shooters, they killers. I show you the light. I'm blocking the Guinness. This is where we at. 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 Whoa, modern vampires of the city. Anti-blood. No, man. You could have come by me, my eye, I'm a man. You could have come by my house, I am a man. One blood. Hear me now. You could have come from me, I am from America. You could have come from Europe, you come from Africa. One blood, one blood, one blood. Hear me now. You could have be an Irishman or an Englishman. You could have be a Mexican or in a Pakistan. One blood, one blood, one. Hey, man, why? I want to get me straight. Operate, why? I might, I want to get me straight. Hey, God, do you believe in love? Love, love. Hey, love, this is no joke. This, you could have come from Lebanon, you come from Iran. You could have come from China, you come from Japan. One blood, one blood. Take it up.
Give it up one more time for Junior Reid, man. Legend. Are you ready for the one and only Elephant Man?
Yeah, good to go.
Over the wall. Let them run like Dutch River. Dutch River. Let's rip them up when we got time. Hey! Batman, put your head in your body wall. Batman, give them a pull them for call. Dutch River. The boy could have the body, me man, I don't know. Everybody, stick down the plane. Stick down the plane. Yo! It's a very pop up the gun. Jamaica! Let's go again! Jamaica! Everybody! We have the answer! We have the answer! Everybody! Jump! Over the wall! Put your head over the wall! Level! Brooklyn! When I say jump! Everybody from Brooklyn! 1, 2, jump! Over here. Pon di River. Get him a rope. VIP. Sing on the plane. Where them yet we pass. Sing on the plane. Get up the dance. Dancing at Jamaica, middle name. Things that people are things that are. Come on. Immigration and all of you. Everybody get one thing on the plane. Central Park, I don't know you don't live. Everybody get one signal. Yeah, signal the plane. Yeah, signal the plane. Signal the plane. Now make your friend get more. Parachute. From your nose up in your own zone. Everybody see you do. Parachute. River. Are you tired? Take off your shoes. Everybody, when I say jump, everybody, Central Park. 1, 2, jump. Jump by the kitty. One big body leg. Jump by the kitty. Central Park. Sing on the plane. The button and the bicycle. The war bus. Yeah, the button and the. Show them off for that.
do know them fight for your cause. God, pick up every warrior from the present to the past. I do know them fight for you. Alright, don't tell them a bad man don't know the half of it. Don't know a big chill or a quarter it. What is in and writing, what is half of it. Say them a favorite boy, what it. Alright, go the road and that flash come. Alright, let me sit down, let's go. Let me sit. Everybody! Come on! Hey, 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 New York! Ring a rose in your pocket full of rosy. Ash and the heart fell down. Ashes in the water, ashes in the sea. Gentleman in the big down the plane. Me and my coke and the whole city lock. Impress the girl them with the style where we got. You don't like the party, make me feel like the flash. I love ya! Love you, boy! Warrior!
You ready? Let's go. If I was to tell you just how much I need you, would you come? You ain't singing, I can't hear you. Would you not believe me? Cause I love that easy never turns out right. I'm trying to change the